Alright guys, it's finally here. I finally got my hands on the Valve Index. I put in this pre-order as soon as they became available a week ago. I was able to be in the first batch. I was able to get it into my house. And I'm really excited to dive into this with you guys. We're going to do a little bit of unboxing today to show you guys exactly everything that comes in the box. Because it is a big box and it comes with a lot of stuff in it. And then we'll do a little bit of gameplay and a couple of my early impressions of what I think about this. And then in a couple of days, make sure you stay tuned to this channel, because then we'll do my full review on this with some gameplay and show you guys exactly what I think. But for now, let's go ahead and dive in and start with the unboxing.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.
Alright guys, here we are with the Valve Index unboxing. I can't believe I finally have a Valve Index in my hands. Coming from somebody who had a Oculus Rift S and, you know, has an Oculus Quest as well, I'm excited to see how this stacks up to the Rift S. You know, how much I think it's worth the extra money and all that good stuff. So, but I'm excited to, let's start off with unboxing this thing. Here's the box right here that it comes in. You can see the artwork that sits on the front in the Valve Index. And we open it up. And there it is, guys. The full VR package right here. Look at this here. We got the Hello Worlds right here in the beginning. Looks like it's got some sticky on the bottom. So this is obviously all the instructions and manuals and stuff. So we'll put that aside for a minute. These are the base stations. So you can see here what they look like. These are the base stations 2.0 that we're going to be hanging up on the wall. Or on the ceiling, I should say. So it comes with two of those, of course. Then, of course, we have the headset itself. Here is the cable and the headset. Let's put that aside for a minute so we can get the giant box out of the way. We'll go back to that here in a minute. And here are the ever so sought after talked about Knuckles controllers, or Valve Index controllers now being called. So definitely excited to take a look at that. We'll put that to the side for a minute. Let's see if there's anything else in this box here. Yep, we got another layer of all the cables and stuff. So right here we have the mount for each base station that you're going to hook up to your wall. They give you one for each. You can see them right there. You got some cables here. This looks like the charging cables, so you can charge your Index controllers. It comes with the strap for the Index controller right there. So it comes with each one of those. This is the back piece if you want to make the headset a little bit more comfortable for you, or for smaller people's heads. You know, I've seen a bunch of people use this depending on what they want. And a nice little cushion for the back. In this box here is the cable chargers. Everything is nicely labeled, as you can see, for the base stations. So each one of these is for the base stations to charge, and the cables to plug them into power. Let's see what else we have. This is the headset box. Let's see what we have going on in here. Alright, so this is it looks like we have a cable. Yeah, so this is the actual cable for the headset, the charger for the actual cable when you plug it in and all that stuff. So we'll take a look at that. We got some stuff to connect there. And then it looks like the last piece we have in here is for the base stations, it looks like. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so here we have the extender for the base stations. If you want to hook this up, you know, and if you need to get the power, it actually comes with an extender right in the box, so you can extend it to wherever it needs to go. So that's good that it comes with that. It comes with one of each. So let's put this all aside for a minute. Let's go ahead and take a closer look here real quick. So here we have the actual controllers here up close. So I'm really excited to put these on and really get into these in VR. I can feel how comfortable these are. This little strap here that holds onto your hand, that you put this on and then strap this in, already feels comfortable just being held onto me. It looks and feels good at first glance. Buttons feel like they press. Because that's the issue that people were talking about with these Knuckles controllers back in the day. So it does click in every direction, at least on this controller. Let's try the other one. No weird noises when you move it around. Click up, click down, left, right, up. Looks like it clicks in all directions, so no issues there. And yeah, I'm excited to dive into this controller. This feels really good in the hands already. And I'm excited to dive in, and we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. And of course, the star of the show, the actual headset itself. We got a nice long cable here. I believe it's 16 meters. And I'm really excited to take a look at this. Obviously, when I put this on, we got the headphones here that I'm excited to take a look at. So you can see here how it looks like in the front and in the sides here. And the length of cable that's sitting back there. So yeah, we got the dials here, so you can put this closer to your face, or closer to your eyes, depending on, you know, how close you can get it. You're going to get bigger FOV. So I'm excited to see if I can push this all the way up to my face. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm really excited to hear these headphones, because obviously that's the audio is something that the Oculus Rift S definitely lacks, and it's something that a lot of people talk about with this headset. So definitely excited to take a look at that. This feels really comfortable just by touching it. This soft material that's here, it feels like some sort of like gel cloth type of material. This is probably going to feel much more comfortable than my Oculus Quest does right now, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm excited to put this together. So let me get off this video here and finish this unboxing, and let me hook this all up, and then we're going to come back and do a little bit of a game to show you guys.
Robot detected. Welcome, robot test subject, to the Aperture Science.
All right, guys, we're here with Aperture Labs.
Word deleted. You will not be told the purpose of your test today. We will not be told why you are performing them. To preserve the integrity of this triple-blind study, no one involved will have any idea why anyone is doing anything. For the purpose of this classified exercise, your
barbed meat stripping claws
have been replaced with
hands.
Please raise your
Hands.
Up to your
Neck-mounted weapons platform.
Which, for the purpose of this exercise, has been replaced with a
Face.
All right, guys, we're here at Aperture Labs.
Good. Please exit.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Exit the elevator through the open elevator door.
My hands are crazy. Look at this. I can move all my fingers.
You are now ready to begin the hand-assisted, non-verbal, machine-human communication
Oh,
training.
look at this guy.
Please approach the training platform. Good. Deploying first exercise.
Hello, I am Frank, a friendly human. I like you, so I am waving to you. To consummate this wave exchange, raise your hand. Open it, then swing it gently from side to side. Good.
There you
We
go.
are now bonded in eternal friendship.
Good.
And he gone.
Deploying
Oh, look at
next
that.
exercise.
That looks a little weird.
Hey, I'm Alan, and here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna shake my fist, this fist, at you. And
Jesus.
there's not a thing you're gonna do about it. Shake, 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 shake. Oh, now you went and did it, didn't you? Well, guess what, pork chop? Just when you think you got the answers, I change the questions.
Oh, boy.
Double shake, double shake, double shake.
I can double shake too.
8 fingers.
See ya.
Deploying next exercise.
Hello, it is me again, Friendly Frank.
Hello.
You murdered after I only wanted to be your friend.
Ain't nobody murdered you. You fell on your own.
With a singular purpose, to come face to face with you once more and finally exact more friendship. Now, give me 5. Good.
It's cool how you can feel that rumble.
5. Good. Now for the third in our 4 series high five panel. Down low.
Deception detected.
This guy.
Too slow.
This guy.
I have deceived you. Did you really think Friendly Frank survived that fall? He's dead. You killed him. No, I am Deceptive Devin. Or is it Kevin? It's not. Or is it? I propose a game of deceit. It is a game as old as hands. A gripping trial of handly cunning called rock, paper, scissors. Are you ready to be deceived? No?
You're about to lose is what's gonna happen.
1, 3. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Got him.
Rock? How dare you? You won with Rock? Let's
Sucks.
go again. There's 2 out of 3.
Ready?
1,
2, 3.
Rock
God
smashes
damn.
your puny hand scissors. I win. Ready? 1,
Rock. 2, 3. Oh, he got me with rock again.
1. Master of deception.
Definitely didn't think he was gonna pick rock again.
Deploying next exercise.
He
been hearing a lot of good things about your hands back at the head office. VP of Sales Ted Baker said, Bill, you gotta fly down there and you gotta see these hands. And I said, Ted, you're lying and you're fired. But then I thought, if Ted was willing to get fired over these hands, maybe I better check them out for myself. So here I am.
There we are.
Let's see him, hotshot. Hold him up.
There you go. All fingers and all. What if I flip you the bird?
Are impressive.
They are.
Gotta shake that hand. Put her there. New vice president in charge of hands. That's right. You heard me correctly. That right there, that was great. If I ask you to gently caress my hand, how about this time you give me a real handshake?
All right.
Nice, firm, strong.
So this is where the touch pressure comes in, because it can detect how hard you're pressing.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I appreciate your safety.
Oh, there goes his hand. Oh boy. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? I don't want that. And the whole thing. Oh, looking down at that part was probably not a great idea.
Hello.
He ain't gonna be happy.
All I ever wanted was your friendship. But instead you threw me away into a bottomless pit. And at the bottom of that pit, among these discarded robots, I found something even better than your friendship.
Oh, this guy got a gun. Chill with
Now
that.
you have no choice but to be my friend. And as your
Can
friend,
make a fake
I
gun.
want to ask you one last friendly favor. Free me, or I will shoot you. Do you think Frank is bluffing?
This guy actually took a shot.
Demonstration. Do not
Look at this light over here.
again, because now Frank has some sense of how this gun works, and the next time I will not accidentally miss you. Now, pull open the drawer to your right and remove the envelope inside.
This is cool how you're able to touch this and it really feels like you're grabbing something.
Now tear the envelope open.
It really feels like you're grabbing it because I'm not touching a button, I'm just gripping it.
Inside the envelope is a very, almost good. Now free me, or so help me Oh, who is Friendly Frank kidding? No more guns. I am asking you, as a friend, please, free me. Friendly Frank. Your friend.
You just shot at me 5 seconds ago, and now he's asking me to let him go? You literally just shot an actual gun at me, and he wants me to let him go. Nah, son, you did.
Good. And now we can tell you the purpose of this triple blind test.
Oh, good.
Discovering the value of friendship.
You have got to be kidding me. That is not even science.
And by choosing
God.
to save yourself instead of your friend, you have failed.
Tough, but fair.
Test concluded. Deactivating test arena. Placing all robot participants in sleep mode. Thank you for your participation. Goodbye.
Well, we're still here. Oh, he's still here. Yes. Yes. Yep.
So, are you in sleep mode? Friendly Frank is not. How long do robots live? I suspect it might be a very long time. I think this is going to be a real test of our friendship.
He gone. Alright, that was the Aperture Hams demo. Gives you guys a little bit of an idea of how that is and how these hands work. Let's go ahead now. I'm going to bring you guys to the table and I'm going to give you guys my overall thoughts so far, my early impressions of what I think about this headset so far based on the Aperture Hams demo that I just tried. Let's go ahead and do it now. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you guys my quick thoughts on what I've experienced so far. This is only day one. I literally just plugged everything up and played that experience that I showed you guys, and I'm recording this right afterwards, with a couple of exceptions of one other game that I played. Obviously, I have to put this through its paces and look forward to my review, my full review on this in the next day or two, where I've been playing this nonstop, and trying every Oculus game that I have on Revive, and trying the sound in different games. The controllers are being more put to use, things like that. So definitely look forward to that. But today I just wanted to give you a quick recap of what I've experienced so far. So you guys saw that hand demo. I'm really, really happy with these controllers so far. With that hand demo, these feel really good. I actually like them better than when I do the Oculus controllers. They're really close. I like the Oculus controllers for what they are, and they're really, really great controllers. But these definitely give you more immersion. When I'm in here and I get to just hold this like this, and I get to let go of my hands when I'm, grabbing stuff or throwing things around and stuff like you saw in that experience, that's really going to add things to games. And it doesn't even need to be full index support controllers. As long as you can grab something and just throw it, that's already a different experience than what the Rift S controllers were like, and the Oculus Quest controllers were like too. And it really snaps on really easily. I was nervous about this. Just put this in here, and you just pull this, and you're ready to go in 5 seconds. I haven't had any issues so far with my index controllers as far as like not being able to click, like some people were reporting last year and stuff like that. Mine have been flawless so far. As far as putting your hands on the, for finger tracking, you just have to make sure your hands are literally positioned correctly like this. Your finger on the trigger, this thumb controller right here, and then you tighten your controller right when it's in the right spot, because these do need to be in a certain spot for the actual controllers to work, or for the finger tracking to work. So just make sure that they're positioned correctly before you think the finger tracking is working like garbage, like I did the first 5 minutes, where it was barely tracking my hand. Then I was like, oh, I got to move my hand up a little bit and then tighten it so it doesn't move down. And this is the correct spot it should be in. So look out for that. But other than that, the finger tracking works really well. It doesn't detect, as soon as you lift your finger like this, it will obviously detect that your finger's up. But even if you do a half position, it's still going to detect that it's up, because it's the touching of this surface here that detects if it's actually on there or not. So, but other than that, I really like the finger tracking. It's really cool to be able to move all your fingers around. Hopefully more games use that in the future. And the touch-sensitive grip here, like when you're shaking the robot's hand and you put pressure on it, that makes it, like, it feels the pressure that you're putting more pressure on it than you were before. That's really cool that it actually has pressure sensitivity on the controller. I can see how games can definitely use that. And again, I really hope that more games use that. And I'm really excited for Half-Life Alyx coming out next week. That's probably going to put all of this stuff to use, so I'm really looking forward to that. So that's as far as the controllers are. First hands-on impression are really, really good. We'll see how they do with other games when I'm using them with Revive on Oculus and some other games here in my full review coming in the next couple of days. First early impressions about this is that the speakers are phenomenal as far as headphones go. I have no plans of ever replacing these things. They're way better than what the Rift S ever could have came with, and definitely the Oculus Quest. Even better than what I did to my Rift S, where I added the Plantonic headphones. They're still way better than that, and louder. Microphone is really good on it. As you guys saw in the recording, it's much better than what the Rift S has built in if you want to record, and you don't want to buy an external microphone. This one actually you can use to record if you want to, which is not bad at all. Field of view, first impressions are it's definitely bigger, and I'm looking forward to trying more games with that. And the optics, as far as the halo that everyone talks about, where like the white halo that people were talking about that I was nervous about, it is there. It's the Rift S is definitely not as pronounced as this one, but it's definitely nowhere near as bad as people were making it seem like. For me, it's there, but it's something that goes away in 90% of the games that I play, so I don't have any issues with that so far. We'll see how that continues here in the next couple days. The refresh rate, I'm still have to play more games to really get into that. I am running at 120 hertz, which is what Steam recommended for me to do at 100% reproduction. So I'm not going to have any issues with it as far as the graphics card goes. I have tried a couple of games, and it is really, really smooth, but I didn't try those games technically on the Rift S, so we'll see when I play those experiences if it seems smoother and it seems better, when I get into those games. And the last thing we'll talk about here today is the comfortability of the headset. I decided to play with contacts on, without glasses, so I'll have to try the glasses here for my full review. When I was using the contacts, I can put the dial all the way back, right up and close to my face as far as it can go, and it was definitely right up across my eyes. I could feel my eyelashes almost touching those lenses. So it's definitely really close, and obviously gives you that bigger field of view. But we'll see how the glasses fit in there and how much I have to dial it back with my glasses. But I am going to be getting the VR Optician lens is to put in there now that I have those on the Oculus Quest. I recommend anybody who has glasses to buy those things. because it really adds a big difference, and I definitely going to be getting it with these. That's why I wanted to use contacts, because I didn't want to scratch the lens or anything like that with how close they were. So I'm looking forward to when I receive those to add those as well. And the last thing I'll mention so far is the other game that I decided was basically a goalie VR game that I have. Basically, you just play hockey goalie, and I was playing that. And I played that game on the Rift S, and I don't know if it's because the Rift S is obviously being used on Steam VR, or because it's just naturally better, and I'll have to do more testing on my full review. But the tracking on the Rift S, I never had an issue with the Rift S tracking in any sort of way. I thought it was really good. There were some times where it, skimped out and stuff in Beat Saber and stuff like that, but I never had an issue, and it never came about that it works 95% as well as I thought it would, like everyone says. The only thing is, when I played this goalie VR game, I noticed that when I was holding the paddle and holding my glove, it was literally pinpoint accurate. Like, there was no jitter, there was no stutter, like I was losing any tracking or anything like that. I can make saves easier in the game. Like I said, is that due to the tracking, or is that due to the fact that now I'm playing a native headset with Steam VR as opposed to going through the Oculus headset and then using Steam VR? Oculus never really had any issues with Steam VR in the past, so I'm going to assume that the tracking is now, instead of being 90 to 95% as good as you would want it, is now basically 100% with this tracking. And it's literally so much better when I'm playing the game. Like, the accuracy in that game specifically is really, really good, and definitely letting me make saves easier than I could before. So we'll have to see as more games go on, and games that I've experienced on the Rift S before, how they handle on this one, like Beat Saber and stuff like that, and Robo Recall. We'll try some of those and see how that goes. But I'm excited to dive into this further. But that concludes my quick thoughts so far. I'm really excited for this headset, and I'm really happy with what I got so far out of it compared to the Rift S. And we'll have to see if it continues that way, and if I end up thinking that this is worth the full asking price over the Rift S. So tune into my review here in a couple of days later this week. For now, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Tech, Gaming Techie is the gaming tech. Gaming Techie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming Techie is the gaming tech. Gaming Techie.